Why do I do this to myself? Yes, I am going to do an action figure review. Now, whether this is a good idea or a bad idea, I will never know. But I cannot pass up reviewing a figure that looks like that, especially when it is Megatron. So, obviously this is the Studio Series Voyager class Megatron from the first film, and just taking a look at the packaging, look at the render, it looks really weird, and a true Transformers fanatic will know exactly why this looks weird. That is because it is movie 1 Megs' body, but with Revenge of the Fallen Megs' head on it. Now, I do not have the Voyager Revenge of the Fallen Megs from the first wave of Studio Series figures, so I can't actually do the comparison. But this is the box. Obviously on the front you can see Megatron, he is a Decepticon. That is an absolute lie. This figure should not be played with by 8-year-olds. And obviously here you go, released from the first movie, is number 54. You can see the gorgeous, gorgeous figure on the inside, Transformers on the side, a slightly pulled back image of Megatron. On the back you can have like a sort of rendered version of the figure. See, it transforms in 21 steps. There is the figure on the display base with a 1-sentence bio. There. Megatron stalks the skies in search of Sam Witwicky and the Allspark. And I obviously cannot read that in other languages. There is the description of the backdrop, which is the Mission City battle. On the side, a close-up version of Megatron Studio Series 54. He's a Voyager class. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the top. Oh yeah, and of course, there are Transformers on the top. So, let's just get this guy out of the packaging and see how awesome he really is when he's out of that prison of plastic. Now, before we start talking about the actual figure, let's just get the backdrop. Oh, that makes that annoying noise. The backdrop out of the way. So this is obviously the same one that came with Brawl and Jazz and basically pretty much everyone from the first film. Obviously this is the battle in, I don't even know where this battle was, but there it is. So you can just take Megatron and just plonk it there. Yes, in the process of transforming this, well, not transforming him, I was transforming another figure and I actually cut myself. So there's going to be a nice plaster during this review. So here is Megatron in his vehicle mode, and obviously this is movie 1 Megs, so he is this weird Cybertronian jet. Now, I have him slightly mistransformed, and I did it on purpose. These, right, these are his hands. Now, obviously the way that you're actually supposed to have him transformed is that. Now, I think that honestly looks fairly stupid. I don't know, it just doesn't look intimidating to me. And I kind of like to think of this section as like Green Goblin's glider. So I sort of bring these out and it makes him look a little bit more menacing. But, you know, compared to like other figures, the first thing you notice is this absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous silver paint. So, yeah, I mean, it kind of makes up for that first Revenge of the Fallen Studio Series figure not having any, at least dark gray paint on it. But just like becoming closer, just look at that gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous silver. It is truly beautiful. Even on the wings, I mean, of course, you clearly have the feet here. This fin bit, if you don't transform the leg bits correctly, this is a pain in the butt to do, because it always ends up with little gaps here. But for the most part, this jet mode does look fairly accurate to the movie. Even looking at it from the front, you know, these little bits, that's accurate. Looking at it from the bottom, of course, you do have, you know, visible robot bits. You can see his thighs, his whole chest, the arms. Now, the chest, of course, I'm pretty sure someone would have noticed. This chest is just the Revenge of the Fallen Megs' chest that has been reused. But honestly, but the amount of silver paint on it, it just doesn't look like it. and I don't want to spoil that while it's in vehicle mode. So yeah, let's just try and get some comparisons going here. So for movie 1 figures, here he is with the Bone Crusher. I need to raise this camera. I'm actually having to hold the tripod, so obviously you can see he is a damn big figure compared to Bone Crusher, and they are both Voyager classes. Bear in mind. Here he is with oh, poor Jazz. He is with Jazz. Of course, we all know what happens to Jazz in the film. So there you have that. And just because I have him in vehicle mode, here he is with Sideswipe. Obviously, still just like Megatron, a very bright silver deco, but they are very different. Different silvers. Megatron is, you can see, he is a bit darker of a silver compared to Sideswipe, but I definitely do think that Megs looks a lot better than Sideswipe. Here he is with Voyager Brawl from Wave 1. You can see, again, still massive Voyager. And just for the last comparison, here he is with, well, he is classed as a leader, you can see there, but size-wise, he is a Voyager. So you can see how he scales with Shockwave there. Now, accessory-wise, he only comes with one, and that is the flail. Now, this thing is fairly annoying. This is very annoying. It is molded wonderfully, as you can see, but it's plastic. It has like a little bit of bend to it, and the fact that it keeps focusing. And even this bit, unfortunately, don't know why, it's on a mushroom peg. So yeah, it literally just it just pops off. Like, why? This is so annoying. So obviously, I mean, you can just plop it back. But yeah, this is like the opposite with the Shockwave case, because with the Shockwave, people were complaining that, you know, the thing, like his sword was rubber, and now we're complaining that Megatron's flail isn't rubber. So that is a bit annoying. But I think that there is nothing left to do other than to just transform the son of a gun. So first thing we are going to do is come to these bits and just unpeg them. Right. Now, you can see that the wings here just kind of hook on, and then you can just split this, right? Do the same thing, just split it, right? Now what you're going to do is this little gray bit here kind of tabs into the wing, so you're going to want to just pull this, right? If I focus, there we go. Just do that, right? Fold this in, and then fold that in. Right, then you're going to just collapse the wing there, and as you can see, this is a double hinge, so you are just going to want to do that, right? Then you're going to rotate this 180 degrees, and you can see that this bit is going to hook onto that little bit there, right? So you just do that, there you go. Now you're going to bring this in, and it'll collapse into the leg, and you'll just hear a yeah, it doesn't lock in, but that's just the noise it makes. Then you are going to take this bit, bring it forward, and you can see that there is a little peg there, which is going to go into that middle slot there. Right, so you just bring that up, peg it in, bring the heel spur out, and there you have one leg for Megatron all done. So obviously, anyone thinking, why are his legs so bulky? Of course, that's why. The entire wing stores into his foot. So all of that turns into that. So of course, everything's going to be the same on this side. You're going to bring that up, right? Bring that in, bring that in, bring that in, bring all this in, turn this around, right? You're then going to lock that on, right? Sort of hinge all of the stuff in. Right, so you hear that, bring this up, okay, then you're going to tap that in, bring the heel spur out, and there you have Megatron's legs all done. Right, now you are going to come to the back here. Thankfully he can stand now. So you're going to sort of bring this arm out, because this little bit there goes into a slot behind the nose cone section. So you're just going to bring the arms out, bring this whole nose cone section back. Okay, now Megatron's head is on like a double hinge, so you're just going to bring that up and rotate that 180 degrees. Now what to do with this nose cone? This is just like the wings, a lot of folding. So this bit untabs, this bit untabs, and that bit untabs. So you're going to kind of collapse this whole thing in until it mostly looks like that. So this is like parallel to that. Right, then you're going to just bring these out, and now these tabs here are going to go into, there we can see it, that slot and that slot. Right, so you are just going to bring these up, well, bring this up, right, and then just collapse that in. If this whole section doesn't want to come forward, it may be a clearance issue with the nose cone section, so you might just have to fiddle with that around. Well, yeah. Right, now on the arm, you can see that there is this gray bit here which can slide along this brown bit. So it's kind of like the last night Voyager Scorn. You're going to bring this up, and you can kind of see it'll hook onto that little brown bit there, right? And then you'll just hear a click. Right, then you're going to do the same thing on the side. Okay, and I mean, for transformation purposes, if you did have the arms out, just bring the hands out like that, and ladies and gentlemen, there you have Voyager Megatron in his robot mode. And he looks fantastic. Seriously, this guy is just one of the best painted Transformers figures ever. Like, even just, you know, coming in close there, you can see the gorgeous, gorgeous head sculpt there on the face. I'll just bring the camera up a little bit. There, just absolutely gorgeous. You have a nice red in there for the eyes, nice gray there for the mouth. The head sculpt, this is, despite what it is on the packaging, this is movie 1 Megatron's head sculpt. You can see that his nose kind of comes out like a goblin. That's what I always thought of when I saw Megatron's face. So as you can see what I was talking about with the chest. The chest, it is Revenge of the Fallen's Megatron's chest, but oh my god, it looks so much better with the paint difference there. Seriously, seriously gorgeous. And even just looking at the arms, I mean, now the hands unfortunately are not able to actually hold any weapon due to how they are molded, but hard plastic, why couldn't they do it with Shockwave? I don't understand. And yes, obviously the legs are bulky, but I honestly don't really mind it that much. It's not that bad, especially considering when you turn this thing around and wow, look at it. It cleans up just so nicely. It really, really does. There's no back kibble or anything. It is truly fantastic. And I mean, articulation wise, the head is on a ball joint, so you can get a decent range. I mean, it won't, that can't be right. You can get a decent range. It's just sometimes the nose cone can get in the way. This arm is a little loose, but it's completely fine. Arm can do a full 360. This can come out, and look, even that, but just, it makes everything look so much better. All right, there's a bicep rotation, just above 90 degrees of bend at the elbow, and the hands can hinge in and out. No waist rotation due to the way he transforms. Legs, if you line things up correctly, can go out that far. There's a thigh rotation. They can go forward that far, back not that far. The knee, of course, can bend all the way due to how he transforms. right? And the toes can move up and down slightly, but we of course have a very good ankle pivot there. And if you want, you can give him his flail. All you do is fold his hand in and then just get the flail, and you can see this bit here is going to go into that hole right there. So you then just put that in, and there you have Megatron with his flail. So you can just go, ooh. And I mean, he can even look at himself from future films. So yeah, he can do that as well. But anyway, yeah, clearly just an absolutely gorgeous figure, and I don't think there's anything left to do other than just to get him into vehicle mode once again. What about the comparisons? Oh crap, yeah, you're right, Megatron. So thanks to Megatron reminding me, here are some comparisons. Here he is with, I hate saying leader class, but here he is with Shockwave. I mean, you can see, like, oh my god, why? Why do they decide to do this? Megatron is taller than Shockwave! Like, oh my god, it really does annoy me. They just shoved a bunch of accessories in with Shockwave and decided, you know what, that's a leader class figure there. Now, I don't know if we'll be able to get them all in frame for a group shot here. He is with Bone Crusher. He is with Brawl. Unfortunately, I don't have Blackout. Blackout never came here, and I never got Barricade because he was just too expensive at the time. And Starscream, again, just like Blackout, never came here. So, kind of. But still, this is a really good trio. Of course, each one has their own scene. Brawl, of course, in the final battle. Megatron as well in the final battle. And Bone Crusher, of course, the freeway fight. So, I mean, that is pretty much it for the robot mode now. As long as Megatron doesn't remind me what to do again. So, yeah, let's just get back to the transformation. So, first thing you're going to do is bring the arms down. So obviously you are just going to unhook these, right? Just like that. And then just bring the arms up. Right. Now you are going to come to the back here and just bring this whole section out like this. And then just unfold the nose cone and tab it in. It tabs in there, tabs in there, and it tabs in there. Right, now you are going to just fold these arms in like that, and you're going to bring Megatron's head around and sort of double hinge, because it's on a double hinge, and you are going to try and hook these bits over that little, well, I can't even see it, that little brown piece. You're going to try and get his head over that little brown piece. Right, so like that, and you will see that this whole bit will just flatten out. Right, that's how you know that you did it correctly. Right, you are going to then just this looks really weird. Anyway, we're just gonna bring the arms out to the side, and this whole bit will then come up like this and over. Now, this is what I was talking about. These pegs here are going to go into those slots right there, if you can kind of see them. They are just going to go into there, so you then put that in, and you can put that in, right? Then just straighten the arms like that. So that is essentially the top half of Megatron done. I can bring the camera down now. Now what you're going to do is untab this section right here. Right, just sort of bring this forward, right, then just unfold everything in his leg, right, just straighten this whole thing out like that. Now you're going to take this bit and just bring this out, so it's like that now. You're then going to take this grey bit, fold it out, and now that little tab right there is going to go into that hole over there. Okay, so you're just gonna want to stretch that out, and there you have that. Now make sure this bit, or that bit may be like that, right? Just kind of bring it out so it, you know, there is a bigger space. Basically, this bottom thing must be a straight line. And then just bring the heel spur down. Okay, you're then going to unhook that section, right? And then rotate this whole thing 180 degrees. So now there is one leg all done, basically. Do the same thing on this side. Untab this. Bring the heel spur down. Right, unfold all of this. This makes me laugh every time I do it, I swear. Right, you're going to just bring this out. Right, unfold this. Bring that out. Okay, tab that in right there. And see, it'll look like that. Just come to this joint and just bring it out so it looks like that. Okay, then rotate this whole bit around. Now, this is the part that I'm talking about when I say that it can be annoying. So, you're going to try and fold the knee. Okay, now, this little bit here, I don't know if you can see it, this will kind of go over the edge of that little tab there. Okay, and then not only that, this little hook thing here is gonna go over this little piece that's sticking out. Right, so I suggest you just bring this first, then put that into that, so it'll look kind of like that. It's difficult to get the lighting, but you can kind of see right there. Okay, now what you're gonna do is just bring this and gently hook it over there. Okay, and then, oh, right, and then I knew I'm missing something. This little bit here is going to tab into that hole up there in the heel spur. So just bring that down, and there you have one leg all done. Now, of course, same thing on this side. Bring this, and then just tab everything in. Right, bring this down. You may need to stretch it a bit. There we go. Okay, now as for these bits, as you can see, that tab is going to go into a slot there, and now you need to bring these so that these little bits sticking out will then be underneath these bits. It's difficult to explain, right? You just bring that in and then try and tab these together as best as possible, and holy crap, it worked! It actually worked! Okay, so here you have Megatron back in his vehicle mode. Now, of course, again, you know, you can just put the hands up if you want it to look boring and stupid, but I bring them up. Now, for storage for this bit, okay, you're going to take these little things here, and there's a massive hole on the side here. Now, the way you want to do it is, you can see this, well, it may not be, you know, that easy to see on camera, but it kind of bends upwards. The way that this was molded, it kind of bends upwards. So you're going to want to take it and do it so that it bends upwards like this, and then you can just peg that in. Right, it looks kind of stupid from certain angles, but honestly, it's perfectly fine. So yeah, there you have Megatron. Also, if you want to find out how you can give this guy his famous, you know, two-hand cannon thing, then I did do a short on how you can do it without any upgrade kit. This is pretty much completely free if you have the other figure. So yeah, just check out the short if you want to know how you can give Megatron his arm cannon. So there was my review of the Transformers Studios Series 54 Voyager Megatron, and overall, fantastic figure, absolutely gorgeous, very fun to transform, and yeah, definitely one of the best Megatrons out there. So highly suggest this figure if you ever get the chance to actually buy him. But that's it from me, so thanks for watching, leave a like and